Hi everyone, I'm Katia Dragotis with Galvanize, and I'm joined today with Silvia and Michael Gleason, the executive producers of NFL Network's show Undrafted, which profiles the journeys of undrafted football players and their journeys and dreams of making it in the NFL. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Hi,
Thanks for having
Katia.
us.
Hi. So I'm curious, what do you hope your audience gains from watching Undrafted?
Well, I think is to truly learn about the athletes, and their stories and how hard they work and what they have to go through in order to make this big dream come true. Because they're not the top of the list. They also have to manage real life situations like having kids and train, and having two jobs at the same time and train as hard as the other
The
athletes
top
do,
top
right? The
guys do.
top guys do. So I think that's what truly is, right, Michael? Like highlight their stories and share with the people so that everyone can connect with them, not only football players.
Yeah, there's kind of a misconception with the show that it's a football show, and we've never seen it as a football show. It's stories about people trying to make their dreams come true against impossible odds, and that's kind of like the biggest takeaway from the show.
Great. So, the show is very raw and shows a lot of emotion and struggle. So, how do you form a strong trust with these guys when you first meet them and that makes them truly allow you into their world and journey?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, well, it's a build up. It's like when you meet somebody, you talk to them over the phone. We have several conversations, and then we go meet them, and then we try to actually keep the crews that are going to film that specific athlete together. So if we can, we send the same people out, the same director, so they form sort of a relationship and a connection with that specific director.
Yeah.
And I think that really helps make the guys feel more comfortable because they see a familiar face coming back, and that makes it easier for them to open up to us.
Yeah,
Excellent.
the more you go back, the more they get used to you. But more importantly, they get used to the cameras.
Yeah.
We always keep the crews very small, so it's a very intimate, form of way of shooting, and we dig into their whole lives. We meet their families and their friends and their kids and their trainers and everybody important in their life. We're there hanging out with them. And so I think at a certain point, they just, it's interesting. I'll tell you this. The funniest thing is when you're filming somebody, the first day or two is always, this is what I'm going to show the director. I'm going to show them my friend over here. I'm going to wear my 10-gallon hat because I'm from Texas, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, right? And then after about a day or two of that, trying to
Impressed,
yeah, trying to
right?
impress, they're trying to produce the show themselves, they realize that producing is pretty exhausting. And then they say, "All right, I'm good. We're just gonna do whatever I do. Just follow me around. I'm good."
That's awesome. Have you had any instances where some players like they had a poor performance or they have some type of emotional struggle that they don't really want to be shown on camera, and then how do you deal with that as producers?
Oh yeah, that's happened. Absolutely, it
Yeah.
happens every season with multiple
Yeah.
guys.
And some guys, having cameras following you around, they get very intimidated. And sometimes it's too overwhelming for them. So we have to
Sometimes we have to pull back.
yeah, we have to pull back.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've had to make the decision, well, this is maybe not the right person to follow. But I think most of the athletes have been extremely open and willing to show their true lives.
Yeah, it's difficult. This is a time in their lives in which it is, they want to be on the show because they want to show the world, this accomplishment that they're going through. Right, that's the hope. And when sometimes things don't go as planned, it can be this time can be pretty soul crushing for some of them. And so we realize that. We realize, I tell all the guys we film from the get-go that, what you're doing is way more important than what we're doing. We're just making a TV show. You're trying to make your dream come true that you've been working towards since you were 6 years old, maybe. And so we always let them know that what you're doing is more important than what we're doing. And so in those moments, there's moments we'll pull back with the cameras. We'll film from far away because we can do that. We can still capture the moment without having to be in their face. And I think they appreciate that. I think they realize and they appreciate it. So when things do go down later on, again, issues go down where they're feeling uncomfortable, I think they feel more comfortable with us because they notice that kind of sensitivity to what they're going through.
Amazing. Well, Michael and Silvia, thank you guys so much for your time. Make sure you guys check out Undrafted on NFL Network Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern.